Hello YouTube, Hammy Technoid here, and what we're looking at is the Advent 201 that I recently aligned the head with the azimuth tape, and I've got it disassembled and on its side because while I was trying to do some calibrating, I found that there's some potentiometers. These guys right here, these potentiometers were giving me some fits and noise. So I'm going to spray some cleaner into them and then put the machine back together on its right side, and then we're going to do some calibrating. I'm going to show you some things about in the manual that I learned about getting this thing back up running and snuffly. Okay, so we'll be back in a little bit and this thing will be back together. Well, we've got it back together this far. At least it's sitting upright, and yeah, I got in there and I sprayed the controls, the knobs, and there's an access point right here that allowed me to get the one that's on the side there. The output level control needed cleaning as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through a few calibration settings, and I've already calibrated, so we're just going to be looking for the outcome, and usually it involves something with the meter or voltage, which we'll be looking at on the meter over here. So next step, put it back together. Now I got everything back together, all the knobs and everything, the faceplate is all back together, and we're doing step one of the electrical calibration at this point. And what it says to do is hook up a tone generator, which I have here, my Tektronix tone generator, and then feed it into the input on that. Well, get the input is right there. Feed it to the input, and then take the output and connect it to a meter. All right, and I've got it connected to a meter, and it's going through an RCA cord with a kind of a crappy way of hooking it up, but that's the way I've got. So what it says to do is get the knob, take the adjustment, turn your volumes all the way up, on this one all the way up, and then go to channel A, which is on channel A, and then turn this knob here, channel A's knob, until you get a 0 reading on this meter here, and then you turn it up till you get a 0 reading. Okay, try to get a parallax error out of there, and it should be 0.58. And you can see right there, if I tweak it to 0.58, as close as I can get it, 0.58, let's try it. Okay, you can see that the meter is 0, and that is a good calibration point right there. That is what's called meter sensitivity, and we're taking care of that. That's all taken care of. Okay, so right now that's what we're doing, and next stop is the Dolby level, and the Dolby level requires a Dolby cassette, and that's what we're going to do right there. So the last couple steps of the calibration of the 201 involve setting the cal tone level, and what you do to do that is you put it into record, and you can see this is in record mode because of the big glaring record light right there, and it's in pause at the moment. And what you do is you press a button on the side here. There's a little silver button called record to cal. Okay, record to cal tone. All right, and that's it right there, and that's what I'm going to press. And for it to be perfectly calibrated, it should jump up to 0 dB. And there it is, right there, 0 dB. Okay, so that means it's good and calibrated for this machine. Every time you do it, up to 0 dB. Okay, so the next step is to play the Dolby Cal tape. And let's get this tape out of there. Eject. Put the Dolby Cal tape in there, which we have. There's a 200 nanoweavers per meter. Okay, now if this thing is perfectly aligned, it should jump to 0 when I press play, and then when I switch from A to B, which is this switch here, A to B, it should stay at 0 dB. So let's hit play. Okay. Ooh, look at that. 0 dB. Let me switch it to channel B. 0 dB. We are in calibration, friends. So yeah, that is it. That is the calibration procedure for the Advent 201 to get it to record and play tapes properly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up to play, and I'm going to play back a tape in it and hear how it sounds now after it's been calibrated and adjusted and all that. Be back in a little bit. And now for the ultimate test, playback of a tape. And this is a tape that wasn't recorded on this machine. This was a mass-produced tape that I made. This is of the band Hammy and the Technoids. And the name of the song is Genesis Progressis. And here we go.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.